Welcome to KOA Icons. So this is episode 1 of the series. This is a brand new series that I've decided to do. I did something very similar um, about 6 months ago, but I ended up getting rid of it. But this time I brought it back, and this time I don't want to just concentrate on Premier League. I want to do all the greatest players. I mean, over the years we've had some great players, haven't we? We've had Cafu, we've had Casillas, we've had Nemanja Vidic, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, Kaka, Alan Shearer, who's going to do today, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp. Just some great players, David Beckham. And I want to just use my knowledge of players that I've had over the years. As you know, I've been a Liverpool fan from a very young age. Probably, I think I was about 2 years old when my mum got me my first Liverpool shirt. And I'm now 46, and I've watched the Premier League since day one. I watched it from, I think it was 1990, was it, the first season? Right through until yesterday's Merseyside derby. Man City won 3-0. Talking about the Man City game, I think the only man that can get near Alan Shearer's record is Erling Haaland. He scored, 91 goals already in 101 games. Unbelievable record. But I mean, Shearer's had this record for 20 years as the top goal scorer of all time in the Premier League. So let's take a closer look at his career. So as we know, he's played for Southampton, started his career at Southampton, then moved to Blackburn, and then finished his career at Newcastle. And we'll also touch on his England career as well. So as we know, Alan Shearer scored 260 Premier League goals, a record that stood for almost 20 years. And only Erling Haaland looks capable of chasing it down. But Shearer wasn't just about numbers. He was a complete centre-forward, the striker every defender feared. See, what I remember for Alan Shearer is he could do everything. He wasn't the fastest player. He was quick over, say, 10, 20 yards. But it was his ability to finish from anywhere. He took free kicks. He had power in his shots, right foot, left foot, headers. He just had everything, Alan Shearer. So I was a massive fan of Alan Shearer as a kid. So his early years was Southampton. Shearer's story began at Southampton. On his full debut, he scored a hat-trick against Arsenal. As a teenager, straight away, you could see the raw strength, the power in the air, the ability to hit the ball from anywhere. He wasn't just another kid breaking through. He looked built for the top. And then in 1992, he moved to Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn actually broke the English transfer record to sign him for 3.6 million. At the time, that was massive money. And he was worth every penny. So that was back when Jack Walker was the chairman. At the time, he pumped quite a lot of money into Blackburn at the time. So in 4 years at Ewood Park, Shearer won 3 golden boots, smashing in over 30 goals in 3 consecutive seasons, and most famously fired Blackburn to the Premier League title in 1995. That was when Kenny Dalglish was the manager, wasn't it? And they had people like Chris Sutton, Tim Sherwood, Tim Flowers was the goalkeeper, Jason Wilcox. He had some real good players back then. That partnership with Chris Sutton was devastating. SAS, they called it, but Shearer was the spearhead. Without him, Blackburn don't win the Premier League title. And then he moved to Newcastle in 1996. Manchester United wanted him. Sir Alex Ferguson pushed hard, but Shearer turned them down, and instead he went home to Newcastle, his boyhood club. 15 million was a world record fee at the time, and once again he delivered. Across 10 years at Newcastle, Shearer scored 206 goals, captained the side and carried the team through highs and lows under Keegan and Bobby Robson. He was consistent. Injuries took their toll, but even on one good knee, he was still better than most strikers in the league. On his day, he remained. On this day, sorry, he remains Newcastle's all-time top goal scorer and a genuine hero on Tyneside. Yeah, because every time Newcastle are at home, Alan Shearer's always there. So Shearer's England career is often overlooked, but it was big. 30 goals in 63 caps, and most memorably, the Golden Boot at Euro 96 on home soil. But what made Shearer unique was his choice in 2000. He retired from international football at just 29 to extend his Newcastle career. That decision summed up loyalty, single-minded, always putting Newcastle first. Legacy and debate. So what's Shearer's legacy? 260 Premier League goals. The only player to hit that number. He scored all types of goals: headers, volleys, tap-ins, long-range screamers, and could bully defenders physically. But he could also finish with finesse. Add to that the fact he missed almost 2 seasons through injuries, and you can only imagine how many he could have scored if he'd stayed fully fit. Now the big debate, can Haaland break the record? At Haaland's scoring rate, it's possible, but Shearer set the bar unbelievably high. And to this day, no one's come close. So that's the end of episode 1 of the KOA Icons, Alan Shearer, the ultimate Premier League striker. Let me know in the comments, is Shearer the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen? Or will Haaland eventually take that crown? See, for me, Erling Haaland's only 22, isn't he? And he's recently just signed a 9-year contract at Man City. So he's going nowhere, and he's already on 91 goals. So it's only a matter of time, isn't it, before Erling Haaland overtakes Shearer. But to have this record for 20 years says a lot about the player that Alan Shearer was. So this is KOA Icons. Subscribe for more episodes because we're only just getting started. That's it for now. Take it easy.